ATF Director Driscoll and Commander of the Army. We're going to all work together. That's what we all do in this room. We work together. We fight. Do not underestimate one person in this room. We're going to make DC beautiful. We're going to make DC safe again. One other thing, just at the wharf a few days ago, the area of the wharf, Terry Cole reached out to me, not even nightfall, on the weekend, where so many families and tourists go. A guy's overdosing from fentanyl on a park bench in the middle of families around. They administered Narcan and saved his life. No more of that. The President of the United States is going to clean up DC, and we're going to be there to help him, and we're going to be successful. Thank you.
Thank you. Cash, talk about Northern Virginia. If you Northern Virginia, we had a big success.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Attorney General Bondi, for your leadership, Deputy Attorney General, and the rest of our interagency partners. Mr. President, the following is what happens when you let good cops be cops. And I just want to highlight that before I get into Northern Virginia. This year alone, under President Trump's administration, we've had over 4,000 child victims identified and found. That's a 33% increase from the same time period last year. 33% increase. We've had a seizure of 1,500 kilograms of fentanyl up to this date. That is a 25% increase since the same time period last year. And just to put it in perspective, 1,500 kilograms of fentanyl is enough to kill 115 million Americans. 115 million Americans. Cops are getting after it. The FBI has arrested 19,000 people this year alone. Thanks to President Trump's administrations, that's double than where we were this time last year. And we have also arrested 1,600 people who have committed violent acts against children. 270 of them are human traffickers of children. Mr. President, this is what happens when you have great leadership at the Attorney General with Pam Bondi, your administration's priority of protecting the homeland and protecting American citizens and protecting our children, and the murder rates are plummeting. We are now able to report that the murder rate is on track to be the lowest in U.S. history, in modern recorded U.S. history, thanks to this team behind me and President Trump's priorities. And how do we do it? And what are we going to bring?
I'm glad. I applaud him. That's how you protect the citizens and everything. Who cares what anybody else says, President Trump? We can see the stats. The criminals are already running from Washington, D.C. Who cares what these people say? Use the military. That's what us Americans pay for. Bring in the military. The only ones that are going to be squawking and a crying is the devil and all of his helpers. So let's do this. Not only in Washington, D.C., let's do it across the country of all of United States. Yeah. You know what, Mr. Trump? As we speak right now, special ops teams are operating within the United States borders. And we're doing it for our children and our country. I applaud them.
Bring to DC.
Moving homeless encampments from all over our parks, our beautiful, beautiful parks, which now a lot of people can't walk on. They've been very dirty, very
exactly.
Got a lot of problems.
Yeah.
But we've already started that. We're moving the encampments away, trying to take care of people. Some of those people, we don't know how they even got there. Some of those people are from different countries, different parts of the world. Nobody knows who they are. They have no idea, but they're there. Getting rid of the people from underpasses and public spaces from all over the city. There are many places that they can go, and we're going to help them as much as you can help. But they'll not be allowed to turn our capital into a wasteland for the world to see. The Metropolitan Police Department and the federal authorities will be supported in the effort, a really big effort, the 800 DC National Guardsmen that we'll put on, and much more if necessary, much more. You remember I said, I offered 10,000 once. Remember I said to a certain person who I thought always was highly overrated, not very competent. But I said, if you need them, we'll give you 10,000 of the military or the National Guard. They turned me down. But if necessary, we're going to move service members directly to joining the Guardsmen.
Well, you know, they didn't turn you down, sir, because we're still operating without. And we want more military here in Indiana, up north here in this little town in Chicago. We're operating right underneath their noses. You know, how dare these people? How dare these people throw away or not take our beloved militaries? 10,000 shit. Send us 20,000. Send us 50,000 of these military guys up here. They've been raping me, raping everybody. Let's do this, Mr. Trump, and let's do it now. And let's make sure this country understands that we ain't going to stand for these tyrants. Gangs, clubs, organizations, rich people, big business. We're not going to stand for it no more. Let's do this. Well, you know what? You relax, Mr. Trump. Let him relax. We'll continue to do this operation in Chicago, in America. He's older. Mr. Trump is 70 some years old. You know, I can't believe what we're seeing. Right? Let him relax. Don't worry. We need more military. Send 50, 100,000 of military troops up north here. Yeah, like I said, only a terrorist or a complete devil worshiping idiot would not want the military here, or a witch, one of the two. But we are welcoming the military. 100%. Send us more. We need more. We need more weaponry up here. We need more ammo. We need more military guys. We'll keep fighting, even if you say, "Well, they denied it." We didn't. We're taking on all comers into our people's military. So I don't know what they're talking about. We'll gladly take the 100,000 military guys up here. Give us a couple of Warhogs, some tanks, some Apache helicopters, and continue to go. Keep fighting, folks. Keep fighting within the military. Keep fighting. Just keep going. Don't stand down to nothing.
And
thank you, Madam Attorney General, and to all my partners here. We all want the same thing. We all want a safe city. We want a safe capital. We want to be able to bring our families here. We want to be able to come and enjoy the history.
Excuse me, ma'am. I don't know who you are, but we want a safe country, not just one state. 54 states. We want safe, and we want military in. Now, I don't know about you, but this is going to happen whether you don't get the okay through Congress or Senate or whatever. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. Whether you like it or not. We'll take 100,000 of them troops up here up north. And look out, terrorists, clubs, gangs, and everybody else. Look out.
That on a public bus in the chest, intent to kill, I convict him. And you know what the judge gives him? Probation. Says you should go to college. We need to go after the DC Council and their absurd laws. We need to get rid of this concept of, no cash bail. We need to recognize that the people who matter are the law-abiding citizens.
Exactly.
And it starts today. But it's not going to end today because the president.
It starts today, but it ain't going to end. And I am a law-abiding citizen. I've been stuck in this house for 20 some years, or this apartment. right? They tell me I can leave. We're not holding you hostage, but you go to leave, and all hell breaks loose. So we're pretty much determined to give us the 100,000 troops up here up north. We'll take them. We will use them. We will invade our own country if we have to with our own troops. I'm applauding President Trump. It's about time. These people been using biological chemists on us, witchery, sorcery, magic, you name it, poisoning with antifreeze and all kinds of stuff. It's about time. It is about time. It's about time. And let's do it right.
President is going
as President Trump said before, invoking his powers under Section 40 of the Home Rule Act to take federal control of the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department. Along with that executive order, President Trump signed the statutorily required notification letters to Mayor Bowser and to the relevant House and Senate committee leaders. The second major executive action that President Trump signed was a presidential memorandum directing the Secretary of Defense to utilize the National Guard to address the conditions we see on our streets here in D.C. It also authorized the Secretary of Defense to work with state governors to utilize their National Guard units if necessary as well. These are bold, decisive steps intended to combat the out-of-control crime conditions we've seen.
Yeah, and let me tell you what's crazy out of all this. Now I know what I know what President Trump's going through right now. We want to move into these cities and we want to move into these small towns, and we want to get rid of these corrupt idiots in these small towns and cities, right? But here's the thing: we're battling ourselves. Why? Because the people we are taking out are military guys. The people we're having trouble with are military guys. These are all military guys. These are the criminals that we're coming after. So I understand what Trump and the Pentagon is saying. Well, if we do this, we're actually taking away from our own military, because these are military guys. They just ain't in the military now. They're on the streets killing and raping and stealing and doing everything, right? So if we go ahead and take these guys out, that's going to be one less soldier, right? If we go to war against somebody, we can't use that body as a soldier. So I understand what Trump's saying. I understand what the Pentagon is saying, Congress and Senate. If we start taking these guys out, we're depleting our military population. And I understand that. And that's why my new idea is coming into plan, and they're loving it. We don't need humans that much anymore, or we won't soon, to fight a war. Yeah, I know a lot of people are, well, you've gone Terminator. Well, we've been working on it for a long time, folks, actually back in the 50s. But like I said, we didn't have the material to do the job. But now we do. We have the brains, we have the material, and we have the computer system now to operate what we had on the shelf back in the 50s. So it's all coming together now.
On DC.
They left the rope, but everybody just left. And that was the last problem we ever had. You know, that was the last problem that we ever had with the statues. They were going wild. And somebody came to me and said, sir, in 1910, I don't want to give you an exact, because you'll say, Donald Trump gave us wrong dates around like early on. You know, if I'm slightly off, they make you sound a little bad. So I won't put myself in that position. I won't put you in that position, because I think everybody agrees with what we're doing today. But when I signed that thing, it was like America, everybody left. They were gone. They were starting to march down. They started the march toward Thomas Jefferson. And I figured he was always going to be safe. But they found something with him, and they found something with Abraham Lincoln. And even in the name George Washington in California, numerous places changed the name of George Washington High School and various other places. They took George Washington's name. This was a sick, woke culture that I think we've largely ended. And a lot of those people that were woke are now turning out to be the opposite. I won't go so far as to say MAGA. It's a very special category. But they've gotten out of that. But we have people that love this country, and they love this really beautiful capital.
Streak CRM for Gmail. All the standard CRM features, plus some inbox-powered
streets. When you get there, it doesn't look so beautiful, but we're going to make it beautiful again. We're going to fix it with crime, and we're going to also, as we're doing that, we're going to start doing things that we know how to do, that I know how to do better than anybody, I guess, because of my experience from previous life. But not only are we stopping the crime, we're going to clean up the trash and the graffiti.
No, they're cleaning everything up, the trash, the graffiti, and they're going to hopefully line my pockets with a bunch of money. That's mainly what I'm here for. My ship has come in. It's my turn to run the show and get a pile of money. It's my turn now. Hey, 100 million would be fine with me. Just make sure I got enough money more than these rappers. That's all I'm worried about, government. I've given you all I've given. And we're taking stuff off of the shelf that we've had patents on, Mr. Trump, that we do now have capabilities of building. And some of them are badass toys and deadly roids. So, yeah, I agree, sir, 100%. The country's gone completely nuts. And if you got to get rid of 350 million people, you got to do what you got to do to win the war. You got to do what you got to do. You people made me very angry, very hatred. When I was just a live and let live guy, you turned me into a devil world. God is very pissed, very mad that you took one of his people and wouldn't leave him alone, and you decided to torture and do all kinds of stuff to and drive nuts. God's very upset, and I am too. And I'm going to show you how upset I am in America. We're going to show you how upset we are. These people are going to hear from us, Mr. Trump. They surely are. And the crazy broads.
Look, everyone comes here. They're all coming. All the leaders, they're all wanting to come. And I say it, I've said it again, but I'm really just quoting other leaders from NATO, from the Middle East, King of Saudi Arabia, Qatar,
Yeah, bring them all.
UAE.
But leave my guitar
We brought
alone.
back $5.1 trillion
My guitar
of
did
investment
nothing
into
to
our
you.
country. But I was a month and a half ago, I was at NATO. We had a great thing. They agreed to put up 5% instead of 2%. 2% they didn't pay, 5% is already paid. We had a great meeting, and they all said the same thing. They said our country was dead. They thought our country was gone. 1 year ago, they said your country was dead. And now you have the hottest country anywhere in the world. We do. We have the hottest country in the world right now.
That is true. We are the hottest country in the world. But he's talking temperatures. And baby, it has rised. And now it's falling. And that ain't good. What does that say? Well, that says we're heading for something horrible, horrible in America. I wish it on no city, no state, no country, but it's happening in America, folks. I've been watching the jet channels and the jet stream channels and the weather channels, and pretty much I think they're going to draw a line right in the center of America, across the equator there, or the center of America. And we're going to have some crazy weather, folks. Tornadoes in the middle of winter. Massive thunderstorms in the middle of winter where there should be snow and storms. snowstorms and stuff are literally going to be tornadoes and stuff now this year. So it's going to be pretty crazy.
Since they come for trade. And you want them to come through so beautifully. You ride down those roads, everything should be perfect. You shouldn't have medians falling down into the roadway. Median, the metal things that are always. Somebody had a great lobbyist, because I've never seen them look good. I've been looking at those things with the little, right? They're always broken, bad, but here they're really bad. And we're going to either put new or fix it. And it's not expensive. It's not really expensive. And we're going to fix our roads a little bit. We're going to clean up our sidewalks. You have countries where every Saturday, the people go out and they wash their sidewalks in front of their stores or their houses. They scrub their sidewalks. So we aren't quite at that level yet, I don't think.
No, you keep going, though. You'll get there, Mr. Trump. He's right. These other countries are spotless. That's true. When I had my house, I was the same way. I'd scrub down my driveway and sidewalk with a brush, water, and soap. Right? You got to stay clean. Right? And they're very tedious in other countries. He's right. I can't complain with him. He's right. They totally blew America away in cleanliness, disease, curing sicknesses. That's true. Yeah, we blew them away on the battlefield or whatever. But folks, war is not going to save from a disease or a virus or anything like that. So they whooped America's butt. This was a test, and America failed. And it always fails. Why? Because when this happens, all they care about is themselves, the rich and powerful, their money, their health care. They should be getting better health care than us idiots, than us retards. And they get free loans, and they get everything. We pretty much pamper these people. And I'm telling you, with my new ways, we both, someone wants to buy my idea, but we don't want to sell it. We don't need humans no more to be on the battleground, boots on the ground. We don't need it no more. We have capabilities of creating a whole military without humans operating it. I want to give my hands a shot. I want to give a shout out to these people in Japan and China and Philippines. These people are so high tech that they have these little flight control airplane systems where they are literally flight control. It's like going into a military and using one of the military flight control. These people have come so far, and we can operate drones from them. Do you understand now? See, I can create a jet, a Warthog, and I can set up that system that they have there. And I could, it's like playing a video game, but I'd actually be flying a real jet, F-14 or F-16 or a Warthog. And this is my plans, and this is what we already got into production and already doing in other countries. And they're so pissed. They're so mad. What do you mean you can't do that? You can't. Well, we did, and we are. You should have paid me my money, and you shouldn't have abused me and my children and my families. You shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. Don't care how much money you're worth, but we're going through with this stuff. And like I said, within 2023 or 2030, excuse me, there, not 2023. We're past that. 2030. I would like to see these units placed in our houses, and we will be running the people's military jets right from our houses, tanks, unmanned vehicles, uh, assault vehicles, and numerous things right from our houses, right from our front rooms. And that's what I would like to see in America, where I'm not putting humans in life or in harm's way to be in our military, right? So that's what we're working on, and other countries are too. And what is it going to do? Well, it'll save their population, and them children will grow up with their families, their mother and fathers, unless they have troubles within their own families and get divorced. We're not liable for that. But what we are going to be able to do is fight wars now without putting human lives in harm's way. Now, America's way behind. So America's going to lose life, right? Because they did not jump on board. And now here's the thing. Trump is pissed because his intel lied to him. And now the proof is in the pudding, and Trump is going, you mother. You know, Trump's pissed at these people because that's where we're going. That's where the other countries are going. We don't need humans to fight a war no more. We rely on our technology and machinery. And Trump is pissed. And I would be too, Mr. Trump, because they lied to you all the way to the bank, sir. This technology, they knew that we were going this way with the technology. They lied to you left and right. Some of your planes were shot down by unmanned vehicles, by unmanned planes. Matter of fact, they were planes you sold to another country, sir, that are now connected to the system and unmanned. No human dies when that plane goes down or gets hit or whatever. You're way behind, folks. I'm really sorry, folks. You can continue to kill me, torture me like you did today, drive me nuts, crazy, whatever. But it ain't going to stop. It ain't going to stop. I don't know why they denied you, President Trump. I have no idea why they denied you today, but we're not denying you here, sir. We'll take all the military guys and put them on the street as you can give us up here up north on the borders of Michigan, Indiana, and Chicago. We'll take them. We're going to need them after you find out what's coming to America. We're going to need them. And after we disassemble FEMA, well, there's going to be a lot of people that need help, but they're not going to get it, sir. They are not going to get the help they need in South Carolina, North Carolina, numerous places. They're not going to get it. Pretty crazy? Sure is. It sure is, but it's going to get a lot crazier.
Eddie, we're not.
Yeah, thank you. The China tariff deadline is tonight, but do you plan to extend that?
We'll see what happens. China's been, we've been dealing very nicely with China, as you probably have heard. They have tremendous tariffs that they're paying to the United States of America. And we'll see what happens. They've been dealing quite nicely. The relationship is very good with President Xi and myself.
Yeah, she is pretty good.
You mentioned you're
You know, they will compromise and they
Yeah.
will
Tell
work
us
with
what
us.
you hope to get out of that and whether you
They're
consider
very
inviting
smart.
President Zelensky to join.
So you have to understand, this is a war that should have never happened. This is a war that wouldn't have happened if I were president. It would have never happened. It was the apple of his eye. I got along very well with President Putin. But if you look, under President Bush, they took a lot of territory. Under President Obama, they took a lot of territory. Under Biden, they essentially took the whole thing. You know, it's just a question of time. Under Trump, you know what they took? Nothing. I was the one that said, You can't build your pipeline that was half built. I came in, I stopped the pipeline. It's called Nord Stream 2. Nobody knows that. Nobody ever heard of Nord Stream 2. You might have not even heard it. Biggest pipeline in the world. I stopped it. I was not a friend of Russia, but I got along well with Putin. It's always good to get along with other countries if possible, but that doesn't mean you roll over like Biden did. Biden came in and he immediately.
Well, I agree. It's always good to have other people in other countries helping us out, and that's the thing. We went to other countries, right? What are we doing? We're battling these bikers. That's this whole thing. Putin knows, and everybody. Putin wants them out of Russia, right? But now Putin's got his own biker thing, the wolf dogs or whatever they call them, right? And they're trying to take out these illegal clubs that we have in America here. So it's one thing on top of another, right? It's just one thing on top of another, folks. It is, but I don't want anything to do with politics again or religion or anything. It is what literally destroyed everything that was good, that we loved, that meant something, that had respect, morals. They destroyed
much
everything.
smaller number, but still, those missiles do damage and they kill a lot of people, but mostly soldiers. And they're young soldiers, although in the case of Ukraine, they're getting much older. They're drafting 60-year-olds now. It's a terrible thing to witness. And I think I have an obligation. Look, this is Joe Biden's war. This is not my war. I made a deal with NATO a month ago. You covered it very accurately, actually. We don't pay anything anymore. We're not paying anything. They are buying things from us, and NATO is paying us. I got it raised from 2% of GDP to 5%.
Show me the money.
They're paying us for everything that we send. We're not paying. But Biden approved $350 billion. Europe has spent $100 billion. The money that's been spent and the death is incredible. It's the worst thing that's happened, by far the worst that's happened since World War II. So I'm going in to speak to Vladimir Putin. And I'm going to be telling him, you got to end this war. You got to end it. And he wasn't going to mess with me. This war would have never happened. We had a discussion about it one time, and we never had that discussion again. Would have never happened. And when the election was rigged, and then Biden took office, which was barely took office, the auto pen took office, bad things started happening. Bad things, stupid things were said, and it ended up in a war. And and I don't believe this will happen anymore because I have that pretty well covered. This could end up in a third world war. This could have been a third world war.
Well, don't go counting your hatches yet or your eggs yet. We might still lead these people into a third world, right? If they don't leave us alone and don't give us our money, we might go into that. Don't leave that off the table, Mr. Trump. We're letting everybody know, you don't give us our money, we're going into third world. We're going third world dimension on your asses. I'm still eating bacon.
I think that's going to happen. And there'll be some swapping. There'll be some changes in land. And the word that they will use is, they make changes. We're going to change the lines, the battle lines. Russia's occupied a big portion of Ukraine. They've occupied some very prime territory. We're going to try and get some of that territory back for Ukraine. But they've taken some very prime territory. They've taken largely ocean You know, in real estate, we call it oceanfront property. That's always the most valuable property. If you're in a lake, a river, or an ocean, it's always the best property. Well,
They want
Ukraine,
Poland.
a lot of people don't know that Ukraine was largely 1,000 miles of ocean. That's gone. Other than one small area, Odessa.
Yeah, they want Poland. You get them Polacks out here. That's what they want. That's what this whole thing has been in the secret chats, right? Poland's been bitching and crying and bitching and crying. And that's what Putin wants. I don't blame him. Putin wants them bastards. He wants them Polacks. They've been doing this for a long time. Long time. They've been using America too for a long time. I got nothing against Polish people, but they've been doing this for a long time. And people don't even realize Poland was Russia. All that area over there was Russia at one time. And that's the thing. It's, that's the thing. Poland, other people are complaining because Poland wants us to fight their war. And Ukraine and all that, why don't they get the money from Poland? Poland's rich, one of the richest countries in the world. They got military stuff. Why didn't they get that from Poland? I don't know. You got the Netherlands over there and all that. Why don't they pay? Why don't they ship weapons and stuff over there to them? I have no idea. Why is it always America? It's always America one, right? I know Putin wants his Russia back. All of it. He's got people complaining in Ukraine that those families are split up. They're in Russia and they want to go back to Russia. You got people in Poland. They want to, they want it back. But then again, I understand the other side where they say they don't want Russia. But people don't realize that it was all Russia over there. Everything. Russia was huge. Huge, huge, huge. Very big at one time. And the people want their country back. I don't blame them. Hell, we want our country back. We want our health back. We want our lives back. We want, we don't want to be tortured. We don't want to be witches and demons and warlocks and all that. I agree with them.
With President Putin, and we're going to see what he has in mind. And if it's a fair deal, I'll reveal it to the European Union leaders and to the NATO leaders and also to President Zelensky. I think out of respect, I'll call him first. And then I'll call them after. And I may say, lots of luck, keep fighting. Or I may say we can make a deal. I will tell you this. I've seen a poll coming out of Ukraine. 88% of the people would like to see a deal made.
Yeah.
And if you go back 3 years, everybody was gung-ho for war. Everybody's gung-ho for war until you have it. It's an amazing thing. I had it with a couple of countries where I couldn't get a deal done with one particular country. And I just couldn't. The guy's great. He's a friend of mine. Great. Good leader. Tough as hell. I couldn't get the deal done. And then he went into war for a short period of time. You know where I'm talking about. First term. And it was nasty. Guys being killed all over the place. And he went through 1 week of war, and I was able to get the deal done. He said, "This is nasty." Yes, please.
Yeah, just to follow up on what you were saying there. First of all.
Yeah, it's nasty because that's war. War is hell, right? But like you said, you got the deal done. Well, of course, guys were dropping all over the place. We got that going on here and everything in America. They're dropping like flies around us. But that's what's going to get us our money, President Trump. That's what's going to get us the $263 trillion that they stole and no one could come up with and no one knows what happened to it. And that's also going to get my pockets. lined of the money they stole from me in the movies and all the crap and all the life and all the health they stole from me. That's what's going to get us that back is madness, death, and these people dying like flies around us. You kill enough of them, they'll open up their checkbooks real fast. Right? You kill enough of these people, and believe me, the money will come in, President Trump, by the tons of it. You just let us handle it, right? They owe me quadrillions too, sir. I know what they're saying. I know what Putin's saying and the rest of these countries. It was all, we had these rappers. Well, of course, these rappers are connected to what? Al Qaeda. That's what these rappers are connected to is bin Laden. Bin Laden was huge into the music business and everything. It connected that years ago, connected to the rap thing and the whole thing and the alabala mana mana. That's what rap is. It's connected to this terrorist organization. That's why these guys got money all over the place, right? I think the Prince of Ashibalaba, whatever, his nephew or something was in this thing. That's where all this big money's coming from. It's everywhere. But when these people start dying around them like flies and they can't figure it out, believe me, the money will come. It's going to start coming in America here real soon. But like I said, Trump, do your research, do your homework. Why are these rappers and everybody dying? No, they're terrorists, organized people, sir. That's why. That's pretty much why, I would imagine. But I agree with you 100%, sir. Bringing the military, always bringing the military. We support the military here. My family was military. We always supported the military, although sometimes they kick us in the butt. But we support it, bring them in and get all of our money. I'm tired of living like a poor bitch when most of these people made quadrillions and you can see my story all over the silver screen. Right? My DNA and my social security is everywhere in this country. Yeah, you bring in the military and do a job and do it right. And believe me, the money will come in. You kill enough of these pricks. Start burning their businesses down and sending special forces within their businesses. The money will come in. Don't worry. Don't worry. If not, we'll take over their business. And it'll generate its own money, sir. We're going to keep going in America. We're not backing down from nobody. Keep doing it. Keep rolling over them people. They're terrorists. Keep doing what we're doing. Keep pulling their pensions. As we catch them, President Trump, pull their pension. If they're a military veteran and we catch them killing Americans, selling drugs and stuff, pull their pensions. They got no pensions now. If they had loans that were free loans and everything because they were military guys, pull them loans. Confiscate their houses. Yeah. Now we support you 100% out here. Why? Because that's what we do. We don't, we support our government. We support our God and government. I would keep doing it. Don't stop. Give two shits if you're a rapper. Don't care if you got tons of money or you knew Al Qaeda themselves. I really don't care. I think you're a bunch of backstabbing Jew bitches. And I love Jewish people more than I love these idiots that are white but want to be black or want to be something else than their own color. I think the devil's coming, President
all
Trump.
of this stuff we would be loaded. We're finding hundreds of billions of dollars of cash is pouring into our country now because of tariffs. And all we're doing is we're doing what they do to us.
Exactly.
It's so beautiful to see it. They found last month, as you saw, $25 billion of excess cash flow. They're saying, where did it come from? I said, I'll tell you where it came from. It came from a place called tariffs.
Exactly.
And we're
We
doing
got
very well. We're really doing well.
57,000
But
acres out here,
I
President Trump
expect to have a
throwing
meeting
tariffs.
with Putin that I think it'll be good, but it might be bad. And I'm here for one reason, to get rid of a war that somebody else started. Should have never happened.
Should have never happened. They should have gave me my money. You're 100% true on that, Mr. Trump. And tariffs, we got tons of tariffs, sir. We're growing them out here like candy. We're growing them out here like candy. Yeah, bring in the money. Show me the money. Where'd the 25 mil come? I don't know. I'll put it in my pocket. They owe me a lot. I'm generating my own money. You're going to pay me or we're going to wipe your whole thing out. A little drop of this shit and you're gone. Give two shits. You going to pay me my money, you fucking cocksuckers. You ain't going to rip me off and abuse me my whole life. No. We've been in the basement cooking up the medicine, spreading it everywhere. You going to pay me my money, you bitch. Fuck you, Masons. Fuck your secret societies and your clubs and everything. You're going to pay us. You'll see us next biker rally. Maybe you won't. You won't see us, smell us, or taste us. You won't do anything, you cocksuckers. Not a damn thing till you pay me my money. Abuse my children, abuse my country, tear it all up and everything. You're going to pay us our money. You're definitely going to pay us our money. You can take that to the bank. Believe me, we hit the bank too. Just bring it. We want it. We're waiting. Trump knows we're waiting. We're going to explode. It's ugly. It's going to get ugly. We're going to unleash it on you fucking people in America, and I hope you're happy.
That they're 17 years older than 17 years old, I can get the case. If they're under 18 years of age, I can only get the case if it's murder, rob one, rape, even if they shoot a gun but don't kill you, I can't get it. So the law has to be changed. As the president said, cashless bail. That has to be changed. All right. Then, even assuming I get the case, I get jurisdiction, I get a conviction, the DC Council has given the judges the ability to give probation on shootings. And so then it's up to them. Yeah. All of these things, the Youth Rehabilitation Incarceration Reduction Act, and now they want to seal records. So if we work hard, we get a...
You can't. You're not going to win this, little lady. I'm trying to explain to her, you're not going to win this. We're the people, as we speak right now, are setting things up. There will be nobody more powerful than the American citizen when this is all done and said. Compliments of President Trump, who's given America back to the people. And you're right, little lady. The laws are in my favor right now. So I would just pay me my money. I think the movie company should have just paid me my money. 20 million was baby crap. 50 million was baby crap. They should have paid me my money. Hell, we wouldn't have to go out and become scientists to create shit that no one ever has, just to wipe out a whole country. If they just would have paid me my fucking money. I don't know what to tell you. You fucked up. I don't give a shit. We did what we had to do to get our money. I agree with Trump.
A big, beautiful briefing room.
Yeah.
Technology.
Yeah.
More seats.
I don't want to do that. I don't want you to be comfortable. So no, I don't want to make life comfortable. So look. Let's just do this. Let's do this. It's going to be a big thing. We're going to Russia. That's going to be a big deal. what happens, happens. I'll let you know what happens. You'll be the first to know.
Thank you, sir.
I'll be
for
calling
letting
the
us
European
know.
leaders. I'm going with totally. I mean, we have a lot of talks. They're great people. They're great leaders, actually, and they want to get back. Honestly, as one of them said, I've OD'd on trying to settle Ukraine. They've OD'd, meaning they've overdosed on the settlement of Ukraine. Not a nice expression, but boy, is it accurate. They're tired of it. They want to get back to spending money on their countries. You know, Biden gave them $350 billion. Europe gave $100 billion. It should be much more than that. Shouldn't have been that kind of, they should have had equalization, but they didn't. But you know what? Still a lot of money. They want to get back to building their own country.
Yeah, there's still a lot of money left, and I want mine. And we'll continue this crusade in America. Ain't nobody backing down now. Can't back down, Trump. You got to go 100% right now. You can't, you got to strike first. Don't ever back down. Ever back down. And I'll tell you what, I ain't got a problem with Russia. Russia is a ball player. We need Russia because the earth is in worse condition than you folks will ever realize. And if we don't have these other countries helping us, if we don't come together, it's over. Elon was not lying. They think all this is a joke. I'm like, it ain't a joke. Elon's not lying. It's in serious trouble. I don't think you folks realize. Literally, say goodbye to it all, folks. The only thing we're hoping is God is real and has another earth waiting for us, because this one's screwed. It's burned itself out. It's also humans have helped in destroying it. It's so. Don't back down now, Trump. Get all of our money. I don't care what you got to do. We don't care what we're doing. We're doing anything. We're rolling over everybody. We're hitting banks. We're hitting everybody. We don't give a shit. You ain't fucking me. Nope. Not after I save this fucking country. Nope. You're going to pay me my money. You're going to leave my family alone. You're going to reimburse me for my time, my patience. You're going to give me a new Social Security number. Man, you're going to up my Social Security payment. But then again, if I got all this money, about $50 million, I won't need Social Security no more. So I'll be calling my Social Security lady and letting her know when that happens. But first, the money. It's like that prick that tried to offer me $1 million for my deal, took the ideal, but didn't give me the million. Well, he's fucking dead. No, you can't do it. We just did it. We just did it. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Fucking steal anything from me? Give a shit if you got a badge or not, prick. You pay the money first, then you take the idea and use it. You don't take the idea, we'll give you $1 million for it, and not give me the money. Fuse. Get out of our way. We're killing anything that moves, poisoning it, anything, taking over restaurants, everything. Everything. Till you pay me my money and give me my respect, just like I gave you your respect and your money. Now give me mine. We'll continue this all day for many years, folks. This will be the next 50-year war. Next 50 years will be nothing but war and madness. Pay me my money, and I walk away. And that's what the government is so pissed off about. The government's like, you a fucking idiot, should have paid him and he would have been out of here. Mr. Kramer does what he says. And I would have been out of here. You would have paid me my money. You wouldn't have heard a effing thing from me. I'd have been gone. And now the government and everybody's pissed. Them pricks just couldn't pay him his money. They should have paid him. Now you're going to have to suffer in this country because you killed some of my children. So now this country's going to suffer for a long time until they pay me my money. Deal with it, Jack. You're going to pay me my money. You're going to give me what's mine. You're going to pay me the respect that I should be getting and my family should be getting after they saved your asses and came up with some of the craziest shit in the world. I think you're going to give me my respect and you're going to pay me my money. You're going to leave our children alone in this country. And if we have to get extreme, I think Mr. Trump knows we will go full extreme. We'll blow your fucking heads completely off with lasers. You won't even see it. I'm sick of you punks, and I'm sick of these badass dudes that have I'm paying these pricks and training them to kill, and they're out raping and pillaging our children on the streets, President Trump. That's why I'm pissed. You want to get down and know me, sir. Everyone's saying he wants to talk. You want to talk to me here? We're talking. I'm sick and tired of training these pricks. They go to war, become heroes, come home, and they're slaughtering our kids. They're taking over our businesses. There you go, sir. I'm tired of it. Pay me my money, and I'm out of here. That's it. That's why everyone's pissed at these people anyways. They should have paid me my money. They knew exactly who I was. They tried to play dumb. They should have paid me my money and I would have been gone. I can give two shits if they're my family members. They shouldn't have done what they did. Pay me my money. It's the stupidest thing because that's what all these government people are pissed about. It was a low money. 50 mil is nothing. They could have paid that in a heartbeat and everything would have been back to normal, but they refused and everything got crazy. Hell is war. War is hell. I don't know what to tell you, right? I don't know why. They made stupid calls. And they should have paid us our money. And that's why you got madness in your country. And you can kill me, President Trump. I already know what they're thinking, right? They're going to kill me. Boy, are they going to have a big surprise once they do that. Watch. Like I told you, heed the warning of God, King of Kings. And we'll see what happens once I leave this earth. It ain't going to be good, Mr. Trump. That's not going to be good, sir. It ain't going to be good. You already owe me and my family for the nuclear weapons, the atomic bomb, and numerous things that I never received and my family never received. And I'm really sorry about that, but we're not done yet with America. And I know you're pissed, President Trump, because this is stuff they should have done. You're right, when Biden was in there or when Obama was in there. You're 100% right. And we're fighting a war that they created because they refused to give me my money. They stole my properties. They drew first blood. Now you know who the fuck I am, President Trump. And we ain't stopping until they pay me my money. You killed my children and we slaughtered millions. I don't know what to tell you. Really don't. I don't care anymore. It's gone too far. And I ain't turning back. And that's why they're all pissed. They're like, I can't believe this shit. They should have just paid them the $50 million. They got away easy. You're right, because let's go to court now. And now I want the full $283 quadrillion that they owe me. And yeah, I would say they were walking away easy with 50 mil. It ain't going away, President Trump. You know who I am. I know who you are. You know I'm from Chicago. You know that this ain't going away. I ain't going away. You know that. And now these American people know. Right? I'm not going nowhere. I'm the death machine. I'll be right here for a long time. They'll owe me tons of money, but they ain't going to get rid of the death machine. They just ain't going to do it. I make them too much money, sir. Way too much money. But I want some of these rappers. I want a piece of their asses. And I want to show them next time you open your mouth to somebody, he might look like he's poor. He might have no hair, no teeth. He might be an idiot, but that idiot is one of the most powerful motherfuckers in this country and on earth. And I want their asses, Trump. You understand me? You owe me a lot of money. In return, I want them motherfuckers. You know what they did. I want them. The American people want them. Give two shits if they served in the country. They crossed the line, President Trump. They crossed the line. They crossed the line. And you know I can kill until my bloodthirst is over. They cut deals they shouldn't, and we're against the law. And we want them. And I suggest you just turn away and walk away from that deal, President Trump. No pardons for him, no nothing, President Trump. We want some of these guys, and we want some of these guys in Chicago, sir. I'm not going nowhere. My family built most of them buildings and skyscrapers out there and roads in Chicago across this whole country. We're not going nowhere. You know that, just as I know you're not going nowhere, President Trump. I know Putin's not going nowhere. These punks on the streets with their banging, danging, dango, gang banging, rapping shit. China, Russia, it's Russia. We're going to war with Russia. Do you understand if it was not for me, these pricks would have been dead? We are not going to war with Russia or China or Japan or any of these countries that these pricks pull the warriors on. And they did this to their own country, President Trump. And then they wanted us to go to war with Russia, China, Japan, and all these other countries when they pull the warriors. Now, President Trump, sir, we want these people. And I think it's right that we take these people because they all thought it was someone out there pumping. It's China, Japan. It's Russia. And it was none of them. It was these idiots in our own country that were trying to push for a war because we caught them in a coup to kill you, President Trump, to kill you. Now, we want these rappers, and we want their terrorist organizations that have been supporting them. And we got proof that old bin Laden, bad daddy, batty caddy, was supporting many people in this country and many rappers and many organizations, and we want them all. We want them all. And that's exactly what you're doing. And we're going to do in this country. Well, get ready, folks. We ain't backing down from you pricks on your tricycles and all colored up with your 10-year magic. Fucking put a crater down there in Indianapolis. Keep using that magic down there, witches and sorcerers, and watch what we do to this country. We're going all in, Trump. We're already in. We're too far deep in. If we do anything other than slaughter them all, we're going to lose the country. And we refuse to lose this country, the power, the movies, anything. We're not walking away from that. It's ours. We control it. Try and stop us. Get out of my way. Where's my money? Where's my bitches, my boats and hoes? You can keep your goddamn drugs. You can keep your crack and your pills and all your cocaine. I don't want it. Keep your alcohol. The money is mine, and the rest of this world is mine. And you can have your disease. You can have your drugs and madness, but everything else is mine. You touch it, and I'll wipe you out. And that's exactly what I just did. And if I got to come to that White House and show you folks and tell Mr. Trump, you are at the age where you just need to relax, sir. And you just let me know who to hit and who to take out. And that's what's going to happen. I'm going to show you how to ball bust a country till we shake every fucking penny out of your pockets that you've been stealing from me and my citizens in America. We already did it. And you're pissed because you folks couldn't do what the Kramer family did. Busted your fucking balls. And we ain't done. And now I become a racist. And I hate this world and everything in it. Why? Well, because it was in the Bible. We are to hate this world and everything in it. Well, if it wasn't for God and President Trump, I think you folks would have already been 6 foot in a hole. Well, we did what we had to, and we're going to continue to do what we're doing. And if you don't like it, shut the fuck up and get out of my country. I killed your family because they killed mine. And we ain't done yet. I got plenty of chemicals and stuff to spread around in this country. Plenty of vaccines to shoot you up with. I got plenty of stuff on the table for you folks. Let's do it. Let's do it. We hit you first. Hit us back. We'll do it again. Let's do it again. We're not stopping. I think Trump finally realized they fucking opened up the door to something, and I'm not closing it. They want me to close it. I'm like, we're not closing it until every single one of these pricks are gone, and this country is back to what it was. We're not closing no doors. We ain't doing nothing but slaughtering. So get used to it. Now, I 100% back this beloved country and the military and everybody else. You're doing a great job. Keep going. Keep pushing on. I told you, don't fuck with me. You fucked with me. I can give two shits who lives and dies. And folks, we got a new movie coming out, To Live and Die in America. So make sure you keep an eye on that. And some other movies coming out here shortly. Next time you'll pay me my money. You'll pay me my respects. All glory goes to God. And we ain't stopping until God Almighty calls me on the phone and says, stop. We're not stopping. Matter of fact, we're amping it up. All right, folks. The proof is in the pudding now. The only thing left to do is keep
to get it done
the war
quickly.
going.
So today we're declaring public safety emergency in the District of Columbia, and Attorney General Pam Bondi, who's fantastic, is taking command of the Metropolitan Police Department as of this moment. And I'll be making the appropriate notifications to Congress and to the mayor, our new DEA administrator, who's one of the top in the country. He better be Terry. If you're not, I'm going to get rid of you so fast. Terry Cole. Terry, thanks. Very good. We just got him. Most highly recommended person. And you'll be designated as the interim federal commissioner of the Metropolitan Police Department. Okay? And you run them tough. They're good. You have a lot of good people. You have people that shouldn't be there. You also have people that shouldn't be there. They got in there because of woke.
Yeah,
But you have a lot of great police. And
shouldn't be.
those people are the
Trump's
ones
right.
that want to help you.
You know, and I got that problem here in this little town too. There's a lot of these pricks that shouldn't be here. They shouldn't be in the positions that they're in. And you know something's going on because everyone's talking in town. What the fuck is going on here? You got Ferraris driving around, Johnny? Right? You got Ferraris driving around, Corvettes and everything in this town and everything. This was a little town. It was all Amish. And you got fucking Ferraris and supercars and everything and mansions being built and everything. What's going on? Well, these motherfuckers stepped in they stole my money. Right? They think they're going to come in and take our, little town and everything, right? They're corruption. They come in to corrupt the town. That explains the murders and the people lying in the cornfields out here. That explains the women, the children that are coming up with STDs, and the old men coming up with the STDs out here. It explains it. Right? It explains everything what's going on in this little town of LaGrange. Angola, they're burning bodies out there. And they killed some broad in a garage or something and lit the garage on fire and tried to burn the whole place down to cover up the broad's body. This never happened 20 years ago in these little towns. That's what I'm trying to tell you folks. This was not like this 20 years ago in these towns. Somebody came to these towns and are killing, destroying under orders from somebody, not me. Gangs, terrorists, clubs, they've come to these little small towns. Tried telling you, nobody wanted to listen. Probably rappers. There's a lot of talk within some of these channels, right? The rappers are pissed off. These the country wars are going on, and maybe. Well, I can tell you this much. I've been here for 30 some years. Not at this apartment, but in this town. And I can tell you this much. They're lying to you folks if they're saying, well, it's always been like this. It has not. And we've located, hey, Ashworth, how you doing? We know exactly what time, who came into this town, and when this all started. We know exactly. We know exactly. That's all I can say. We know what family was involved in it. What families? There was numerous families involved in it. And it was a corrupt thing. Organized crime and numerous things were going on. And they tried to blame me. A retard. No, I'm not taking the shit. It's obvious. Hello, Ashworth. Thanks for stopping in. We're pissing off everybody here and on this channel. Everybody's all pissed off and trying to shut up. No, we ain't shutting up. We're going all the way. Full scale madness until they pay me my money. And what they did to my little retard brother. What they did to him too. They're going to pay for that. Well, they already are in death, but we want our money. That ought to teach them not to use people with disabilities and stuff like that. We ain't stopping down. Like I said, I'll stop when the government calls me, and there ain't no effing government calling me. So we ain't stopping. We're under direct order. Keep the slaughtering machine open. You don't like it, leave the country. We're trying to let you folks know, leave the country something's happening. Something is happening. Leave the country. We're trying to tell them. Good God. Trump's trying to tell them. Johnny Kramer ain't going nowhere, you bitch. When I leave this country, it'll be with a boatload of money. Well, there you go, folks. We did what they said can't be done. We pissed off a lot of people, but shouldn't have fucked with my family. And you shouldn't have done anything to me because I was perfectly innocent. This all happened because they attacked, poisoned an innocent man. The only thing was he knew too much. He knew too much. That's why. And we got corrupt cops that we got to deal with out here, Mr. Trump. So I hope you understand, sir. Some of these cops are going. If they want to shoot it out with our military, that's fine. But some of these cops, even in this little town in Indiana, are leaving the force one way or another, sir. We're just letting you know that, President Trump. I know you're backing us. I know the feds are backing us. I know the military is backing us. I know that. We're bringing the military in here to Indiana because these people are so corrupt. The only way to fight them is with our military. And we got to do this. And we did exactly what we told these people we were going to do to America, and that's what we did. We're fighting a war for other people that we did not start. We're perfectly innocent of it, but we're going to finish this war. And that's what we did. Now, you folks have a great day. God bless you all. I know you hate me. You want to kill me. I know that. But I love you all. And believe me, in the end, you will thank me. And this country will thank me. And it will thank Mr. Trump for getting rid of the bad people in this country. Now, you folks have a great day. God bless America. And we are going to continue our quest and our crusade in this country to wipe out as many as we can. Because you ain't even from this country, you Nazi. You ain't even from this country. Weren't even born here. Now, you folks have a great day. God bless. And we'll talk to you later. I'll be back with a new video here pretty soon.